Greetings! This is my solo vault base. It's stability sealed and a roof vault seal. I'll just give you the quick tour here. So just a little airlock here. Shotgun trap to say hello to our neighbors coming in. Nice little spot to hide furnaces. And then this is where the stability seal is. And I'll just seal it up. Now it doesn't have to be high qual there like I'm showing, but if you've got the resources, make it high qual, make it expensive to get into. So we'll just hop down through, and then this is your standard door roof vault. Thanks to Prince Vin's on this, and this is basically the same vault I've been using in all my builds. I love it. So inside the vault, you've got the vending machines. They act as both armor and storage. There it is. Loads of storage and armor galore. So there's the cost. Just a 2K of each. It's very cheap to run this base. So a solo could survive it. Let's get into the build. So stage 1, just the vault. It's all stone, and it's just a 1x2 with the roof trick. So 2 square foundations. And 3 triangles. And you build out on both sides only because after you place the roof, it doesn't allow you to build out there. So there we go. And you can close this in. Get a door on this. Place your TC. It is rust, so you want to get this done. So get it upgraded to wood or stone. And that's your starter base right there. I mean, there's no real protection at that point. It's one door to get in, but get a little bit more stone and wood, and 2 more door frames, and 2 more doors, and all of a sudden, this base is now 5,000 sulfur to break into. They have to go through stone to get into your base. And that's it. There's the cost. The raw build cost is around 5K stone. So get your doors on and just make sure they swing in the same direction. So I'm just cheating here a little bit. I'm doing no clip to build this. But that's it. Alright. Well, let's do the front entrance, which is the 2nd floor, and the stability entrance and some honeycombing. This ups it to 25K or more. So 2 low triangle foundations and surrounded by high triangle foundations. Allows us to do the stability nose piece, which I absolutely love. Just making some decisions on what I want to do. So there's the layout right there. 2 low and 3 high triangles. And just start surrounding this in. So you build the nose piece there, the doorway, and little shop front. And we just want to get this closed off right away. Alright, just keep going with the build and open this up for the 2nd story. And I decided to get rid of this little shooty floor on this guy. As the 2nd story will have shooty floors, there's no sense in having it. I do put a solid wall here, which I will later change to a vending machine spot. Okay, that'll be the 2nd floor entrance, and we'll use a furnace to get up there. So that's just a matter of getting this all upgraded to stone. That's what it looks like. There's the vault. Alright, so just keep building the honeycombing here, get it wrapped around, make sure we're 100% on this. And this will all be stone because we want to hide the juicy loot, making the core metal once we get inside. So just kind of cheat, come up here, and we're going to build some storage and some shooty floors up here. So these two at the back can be two shooty floors. You can make them whatever the hell you want. You can do the shooty floors off to the side. I'm just mucking around here. Yeah, so just make them shooty floors completely. And then maybe one over here and maybe one over here. Or I will just do standard storage. Just a regular wall. And same thing over here. And then just get this base sealed off. And again, using roofs because it allows you to put a floor underneath, so you're doubling the cost to get into the base. So put your door frames down, put your low walls, make these little shooty floors. And then just get it upgraded to stone or metal. And we want to build this in here as well. And sorry, I'm doing this with no clip. I would prefer to do it as you would in the game. It takes away from the actual build experience of doing it. There. And then just seal in the honeycombing. That's pretty much it. Get it up to stone. And metal. Of course, you'd be doing metal at this point as well. All the shooty floors should be, there's the cost, should be steel. So right now we're back in the vault. You can put the roof up to armored. Armored or stone are the only two options for it. And then the rest of the base, if you've got the high qual, get it up to armored. This wall out here especially. Steel at the minimum, and the roof would have to go up to armored at the minimum. And then all these little shooty floors on the second floor, make them all steel so they can't be soft-sided out with a spear. And then just it comes down to how rich you are at this point. You can continue upgrading, putting in the door frames, getting garage doors, as many as possible. There we go. And then out here, you put in your shop front. Hoping you did that a while ago, but you know, in this case, I'm putting it in at the last. So get this honeycombing sealed off, and these foundations here should be upgraded to steel, along with this nose piece. So here's where we put down the furnace to allow us to jump up. You can put a ladder in here if you don't have the BP, though. At least you can use this without any BPs on this current build. And assuming you've got garage doors, and there's what it looks like. Alright, so in here, seal off this honeycombing. And try to get as much of this part up to steel so they can't come through. And a couple garage doors. And this is where you would put your level 2. So assuming you get a level 1, you put it down in the vault. Right now you get your level 2 in here. And I put it behind a door only because raiders get into the base. It's just one more door they'll be curious about to know what's in there. So they'll break through it. And it'll give them nothing, which is, to me, is more satisfying. And then make the path down to the vaults. Lots of frames. And then we can put in garage doors galore. So if they do come in through the roof, which they likely will, they're not going to have a clue where to go with all these garage doors, and it'll be expensive. So there's a couple storage there, and then I'm putting a level 1 in here. You could put your level 3 at this point, or a locker. So we'll put a locker. Locker's a better idea anyway. If you need to gear up, it's right there. Fire pits in the shooty nose pieces, just so that it gives you a little bit of elevation. And in here I would put another locker kit because, oops, you 6 kits now you can gear up with. There's a flyby of what it looks like. And in here, put another garage door. And of course your sleeping bag would be done. Now, you used to be able to place it on the roof, the sleeping bag. I'm not sure if it's a bug in this build server, or it's just they've not allowed it anymore. So you can put down boxes, but actually vending machines would act as armor as well as storage. So if you can get the gears and the high qual and build them, do that as opposed to putting down boxes. And that way, if they do raid through one of those walls, they have to still go through the vending machine to get into the base. And then if you still need storage, there's another box. And then up here, I decided to throw down some furnaces just because I didn't place a lot of good spots for them. So we want to max out our furnaces so we can cook some metal. This is nice anyway. You come in from a farm trip, you can dump them right there. And again, I'm going to put a door frame on here, only because raiders come in the front door. I want them curious as to what the hell is behind there. Let them spend as much as possible. Alright, so it's not, yeah, okay, got it. So door frame. And you can access these just by standing in the door frame. So seal it off with a door. And again, raiders coming in won't know what the hell it is. We'll put it on another door out here, make the airlock with the door folding outwards. Okay, looks good. And there's the cost. And now with some honeycombing out here. So you should have placed the triangle at the start on the original build. You can't now because of that roof that's sticking out right there. So that's my fault. Can't do a triangle foundation either. So there's the total build cost right now with metal and stone, which isn't too bad. And again, the TC, it's really cheap to run this base. So, up there, I would plan on putting a turret. Here, I would put down these triangle foundations that you would upgrade to stone only. And then these honeycomb pieces in between, upgrade them to metal or stone, again, depending on how node rich you are. And they would hide metal if those were upgraded to metal. Now, I didn't upgrade them, but you could. And then this piece here, again, would be a garage door for a nice little turret placement, and a couple down here. You can also use these like these without even having turrets, just to sort of close off your shooting floors. And then if you need access, you can open them from inside the shooting floor and take out the guys. You just need to get lots of gears and spam the garage doors. So turrets, yes. Secondary, you can just open them up from inside to use them as a shooting floor, and then seal them off when you're leaving. It's just one extra cost to get into the base. Now, down here in the nose piece where you go into the vault, I'm going to remove this wall. If you were in game, you wouldn't be able to do that, but I realized back when I was doing the honeycombing, I didn't really add this layer of honeycombing in here, so I'm trying to make it as expensive as possible. So that extra wall there. And because I've opened this up, instead of sealing it off like I was, so that wall should be metal because it goes right outside now, I'm going to place a couple vending machines. That's going to give us essentially armor if they come through that wall. And lots of extra storage by using these. Make sure you always disable broadcast. And I'm doing the 2 half walls and then a low wall, because if they do make it through, destroy the vending machines, they still have to go through another layer of metal to get in. So extremely expensive. And you can access both of those from that little furnace. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed the build. Good luck.